Hello, amazing people. So, shout out to everyone who's watching the replay. I will leave this up. Like, subscribe, share with a buddy, comment the word chat to schedule your free call. But what I want to go over, what's prompting me to do this live, impromptu live, is because I'm listening to a lot of my calls that come in, and a lot of you do not know what your personal credit profile needs to look like. Let's optimize your personal credit profile. Let's discuss that today. As you come in, if you're someone looking to get 100K within the next 30 days of funding for your business, all you need to do is type the word chat, schedule free call with my team. Why do you want to do that? A lot of you are hopping on the calls because I listen to my calls on Sundays. I still have a lot to go through. And I heard like a common thread, right? You're like, hey, my credit isn't that bad. For an example, it was one guy who had 6 negative items. He couldn't comprehend the fact that closed accounts are also affecting his personal credit profile. Guys, before I even get started on what your personal credit profile needs to look like in order to get funding, the number one thing you need to understand that open and closed accounts are rated against your current profile and your funding readiness. If it's closed out as a charge-off with a 0 balance, the fact that it's still reporting on your credit report, the fact that it was a charge-off, it is still negatively impacting you. But if it's a closed account that was a positive history and a positive relationship, it can be a car that you paid off, 5 years on-time payments. That is also rated positively against your personal credit profile. Guys, at the end of the day, you're going to end up PGing funding. I don't care if you think you're going the EIN route. When you get to the bank and you want Chase, American Express, you want these people, and Bank of America and Truist, and you want these $20, $30, $40, $50, $75, $100,000 0% interest credit cards, your personal credit profile will come into play. So let's talk about it. What should it look like? First and foremost, we need to make sure there's nothing negative on there. Nothing. Closed or open. I cannot make that even more clear. I don't care. If it's something negative, if you have a closed account that you totally paid off and you had one late payment on there, guess what? That late payment is still negatively impacting you. Closed or open. Negative items need to be removed. Okay? I even have my clients call if they have like one late payment, even though the account is closed, call those companies. I had a client, a real example. This was just 2 weeks ago. I wanted her to get to the funding immediately. So I make credit repair the last resort. So she had a charge off with a 0 balance, and she had a late payment on a closed account with Wells Fargo. This is a real scenario. So I had her call the creditor like, hey, you guys told me that you would take care of this, that once this balance was paid, you would remove it from all credit bureaus. Boom, they sent her a letter stating that it will be removed. Guess what? The next time her credit report came out, it was removed. She called Wells Fargo like, hey, I had a late payment. You guys said you would take care of that. I'm trying to move forward with the home. Boom, they removed it. It updated. That was so great because she was able to keep the history with Wells Fargo as a positive account that she had for several years, paid off the loan, and had the late payment only updated. Credit score went straight through the roof. We got rid of some inquiries. That's another thing. You running around here with 10, 15, 20, 16 inquiries, I don't care it was a year ago. Okay, it is negatively impacting you. You don't look great, all right? Get rid of those inquiries. It's all the ones that are not attached to any open accounts. Here's another thing you need to know about inquiries. They're easier to get removed once you get the account approved. I have a general rule: approved, remove. I don't wait. If I'm approved on Monday, I will get rid of the inquiries before it updates to my credit report. Immediately. Why do you want to do that? Now, this is some real sauce. You know, if this is information you can use, this is paid for information. I really be hooking y'all up. Put some fire in the chat, and I need you to share this live out with 5 people. I know why y'all be listening to me. I just be giving up the game. This is paid for information. Okay? If this is information you can use, put some fire in the chat. Somebody need to say something. I don't need to be sitting here talking to myself, because obviously it's some good information you can use. So I need that confirmed, what I'm about to say to you. Okay? This is how you keep a healthy personal credit profile. Okay, I see you. I see you. Okay. Share this live out. Do not be selfish. Share it with a buddy. All right? You don't want to be the only one getting 90K in 90 days. All right? You, your boo thing, your business partner, your teenage 18, 19, 20-year-old child that's sitting there living with you, you better start building out their personal credit profile too. Because you best to believe I'm going to leverage everyone's. All right? With this information. This is powerful information. So when you go to get rid of an inquiry, the first thing they're going to look for is, hey, is this attached to an open account? And if the answer is no, they have to remove it. They have no one to report it to. That's the easiest way to get inquiries removed immediately. But please do not go and dispute the inquiry and the company is still in the underwriting process to approve you. Approved, remove. Only after you get the email stating, congratulations, John Doe or Money Monique, you have been approved for $25,000 0% interest credit card. Boom. Remove the inquiry. All right. Hope this is making sense. Your credit card utilization, it is not the overall credit utilization. It is per credit card. All right. So if you have 4 credit cards with a total of $100,000, I'm just making it even, $100,000 of available credit to you. Each one of those credit cards need to be below 30%. But I'm going to tell you, here's how to increase your chances of higher credit card limits. Reduce it to below 10%. During the month, you want to go for funding. All right? So $25,000, 9% is what? So it's $250. No, that's $2,500, right? So about $2,000, each card. Balance it. That's another thing I noticed. A lot of you have your favorite credit cards. So if your Navy Federal credit card is a $25,000 limit, you'll just go ahead and just put all the credit on there. But you have 6 other credit cards with open availability. That in itself allows your credit utilization overall to spike, and it is impacting your credit profile negatively. So if one credit card is over 30%, it is denigrating your utilization and you're losing points. So the 30% rule, 10% rule when you're going for funding is per credit card. No, you cannot go and buy authorized accounts that will reduce your credit utilization. No, you cannot. What you can do is try to get a personal loan to get it paid off. Transferring the revolving credit, which are your credit cards, to installment credit. Very different rating. Installment loans are quite powerful on your account. See, when you have a $10,000 credit card, you only have $3,000 available to you in order for it not to negatively impact you. Isn't that crazy? When you really think about that, that's crazy. You give me $10,000, but then you penalize me when I use it. That's crazy. But that's it. This is why you're listening to me. And this is why we're going to optimize that personal credit profile just enough so we can go and get business funding. We have a question. I have only 2 credit cards. That's not a credit card, a car, notes, and something. I'm told I need to make more money to purchase property. Okay, now that's different. To purchase property and to get business credit is totally different. That's two different ratings. Okay, how do you get inquiries removed? You call and you tell them that you notice some unauthorized inquiries on your account. You call each credit bureau. That's how you get them removed. Okay, you always give out good advice. Thank you for listening. Okay, it has really helped me in some instances. Hey, give a sister a shout out. Y'all have no idea. I'll be listening to my calls. They'll be like, yeah, Akila, I've been watching her for 2 years and she helped me get about $50,000. No shout out. It is not hard. I know you're shy and you don't want to come up on Instagram, but at least post something to your story like, hey, go check out my girl. She didn't really help me out. And that's what this is all about. I'm not like your average funding person. I actually care because I was broke without a dime, and business credit and funding, I swear by it. It saved my life. I was able to go from Uber to $300,000 in funding, and I've helped hundreds and thousands of people. I've guided you through this. So this is more than a check. All right. I just was talking to a friend who's real big on Instagram. He trade options. We were talking and I was like, you know what? Thank God I'm not money motivated in this thing. He was like, I know, none of us are. And people really don't understand. If this was a money motivated thing, you wouldn't get this type of commitment from me. It's something much bigger. Okay. So, all my accounts were closed by the creditor, during the pandemic. Is that legal? I went from 780 to 620. Now that's a good one, y'all. So listen up, get your pen. See, this is why I need you to be active. You get the best information when you give me real scenarios. Let me tell you, they will shut your credit cards down for 2 reasons or lower the limits. It's either you maxed out the credit cards and your credit card utilization went too high, it spiked than normal. That's what happened to me. I had $30,000, $40,000 limits on the personal side before I knew what it is I'm talking to you about. And I thought I was about to live up off that money. I even calculated, I got $100 and some thousand available to me. I had Discover, Amex, Chase, Bank of America, Barclays. I was ready to go in and live off those credit cards. And they weren't used to me using credit like that. So the first one to spike over $30,000 was my Bank of America. So Amex, Chase, all of them, the very next month, they all lowered the limits. They was like, oh no, Akila looked like she's in trouble. Okay. So that's one reason. Another reason, if you do not use your credit for months, they feel like you don't need it. They're in the business of you using the credit cards so they can make money off the interest. If I gave you $25,000 and you're not taking advantage of it, they're like, well, this person doesn't need it, or they'll close it. They will close the accounts. Yes, they will. And look, he said that his score went from 780 to 620. Why did that happen? Share this live out with 5 people. That was a great scenario. You know what? DM me and let me know you gave me that scenario. I got something for you. Let's talk. See, I like when people participate. You never know. You might get something free. I would just give you something free, but I don't know what you need. So you and me need to talk. DM me and let me know that you're the guy who gave me this good scenario today about your score dropping from 620 to 780. I got something for you. Why did that happen? Because we have 5 data points that are rated, which makes up your credit score as a whole. It's the inquiries, it's the negative items, it's the overall credit history, it's the available credit on your credit report, okay? And it's any late payments, charge-offs, bankruptcies, anything like that. So those cards being closed off, it affected multiple ratings. Your credit history, your available credit to you, as well as your credit mix. So your credit mix will be your credit cards, which is in revolving credit. Credit lines and credit cards is considered and labeled as revolving credit. Installment credit, which is a fixed amount over a term, car notes, any loans from a bank, mortgages. So now that affected that data rating, your credit mix. So if you had 5 credit cards and 3 installment loans, like a student loan, a car note, and a house, and now all your credit cards have been shut down, it affected all 3 of those ratings. So now you're not maximized in each category, so you lose points. Share this live out with 5 people. I'm feeling like taking you to school for a second. And I want you to understand your credit profile from a points perspective. See, I wasn't even going to go there today. Everyone starts out with a 350 score. Everyone. You're given that. Now you have the opportunity to gain 500 points from each data point. That is the mix of credit, what type of credit is on your account, the history of your credit, how old are the average age of all the credit open and closed that's on your account, your inquiries, how many do you have, your late payments, have you been paying your bills on time? What else am I missing? So we got inquiries, we got late payments, we got credit card utilization, we have credit age, and the mix of credit. Okay? So all you need to do to convert that percentage I'm about to give you is to multiply it by the points, by 500 points. So out of those 500 points, 15% of those 500 points is your credit history. Okay? So what is that? 65 points, something 60.10, 50. Yeah, 65 points. I don't have a calculator. Okay? But here's the 2 I want you to know. Your credit card utilization, how much credit you're using, and how much of your credit that you're using over that 30% makes up 35% of those 500 points. Late payments make up 30% of those 500 points. So right there, late payments and high credit card utilization, that's 65% of the possible 500 points you can get. So if you have both, you may as well just deduct it by the points. So 30% of the 500 points, that's 150 points. If you have a lot of late payments, you've lost 150 points. So if you have a lot of credit cards that are over utilization, 30% and higher, what do you have? That is 65. So do some simple math. I used to be good at math. Okay, 500 times 0.35. So it's 150 plus, I want to say 165, maybe? I don't know. 175? 175. So 175 points for high credit card utilization and 150 points for your late payments. So right there, if you have excessive amount of both, you've already lost 225 points. So now subtract 200 points from the 800. 225. This is why your score is 575 if you have a lot of late payments and if you have a lot of high credit card utilization. I hope this is making sense. What I know and remember is inquiries, when you have a lot of those, that's a possible 50 points. Okay? Your credit age, your overall age of your report, what's that? That is 25. That's 65 points. Okay? I want to say, that's a shame. We are so used to, no, that's 75 points. That's 65 points. No, 10%, that's 50 points. Y'all do the math. But once you do the math, that is the point conversion. So look at your personal credit profile and be like, shit, she right. I got a whole bunch of late payments here. So I've lost 175. If I've lost 150 points right here. Make sense? I hope that makes sense. If that's information you can use, please put some fire in the chat. And if you're looking to figure out what your funding readiness is and what's needed, type the word chat. Getting credit cards because my score is 715 but I have outstanding balances on my cards. Based on that, do you think I will get approved for business? So your high credit card, your utilization cannot be over 30%. Anyone with high credit card utilization over that 30%, no one will give you money. All right. So your personal credit profile has to have low credit card utilization, no more than 3 inquiries each credit bureau or the credit bureau that you're going for funding for. You need a nice credit mix. You need an average history. They like to see the age at 5 years, but if you're at 3 years, 4 years, you're still good. And everything paid on time. No late payments, okay? No negative items, open or closed accounts. Here's another thing you don't know about what your personal credit profile should have in order to go for funding. You need at least 2 credit cards that has a limit of $2,500. Your primary cards, your cards, not authorized accounts, your primary credit cards that's at least 2 years old with a limit of at least $2,500. But still, you don't want to go, another thing, you don't want to go to the bank for business funding if you got a bunch of low limits. $2,500, $5,000. To me, that's low. When I know how to get you $25,000, $20,000, it just takes a little tweaking. All right. And if you're someone that does not have at least a $25,000 credit card limit, you definitely need to be typing the word chat. Let's go get funded, okay? What your personal credit cards look like on the personal side will impact and determine how much they give you on the business side. Let me tell you why. It makes sense. They like to credit match. If you're asking for a $25,000 credit card, what they typically do in underwriting is, well, did Money Monique, did she have at least a $12,500 credit card on the personal side? If the answer to that is no, oh, she only had $2,500. All right, we'll give her a $5,000 credit card. Oh, she had $5,000. Okay, cool. We'll give her $7,500. That's how it works. I hope that's helping someone. We have another question. I have a car loan that don't want to show on my personal credit. The options do I have? My personal credit is 780. Oh, you sound like you're doing okay. If your credit score is 780 and you're close to those 5 data ratings that I just went over with you guys, you're funding ready. So I don't know where you are on your funding journey, but definitely hop on the call. It's time. So what do you think about I don't know, tell me your scenario again. Maybe I already answered it and you were wanting me to get to it really fast. Okay, how do we get utilities to report and rent? And will it help? I wouldn't do that. I really wouldn't do that. Think about that. What if it's late? I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. The only one I like is rent, right? Because you can backdate it and get some history. But here's the thing. Everything doesn't apply to you. You may not even need that. You might have a more simple solution to whatever it is you're trying to do. So a lot of people there hear me come on and say the things that you need to beef up or strengthen your personal credit profile, and it doesn't even apply to you. And you guys are going out here getting red spectrum. I be seeing all types of wild stuff on people's reports. Book a call, see where you are, and go from there. All right. If anything, you can walk away with understanding what's needed in order to get to the funding side. Okay, another question. I have 2 personal credit cards and one as payment, I can't even see that. Oh, 1 car payment, and I'm trying to purchase a laundromat. Credit cards has nothing to do with a laundromat. Now, if you're looking to get a loan, an installment loan to pay for that laundromat, now they're looking at your installment loan history, not your credit cards. You see what I mean? So if you're looking for a $50,000 installment loan, for an example, to pay for the laundromat, they're going to look at your personal credit and say, hey, did this person have at least a $25,000 loan, installment loan, like a mortgage, a car note, student loans, something that they're paying or have paid for 9 to 12 months. That's how it works. I hope this helps someone. I'm ready to get some money. Let's go. Let's go, Arthur. Let's go. All right. Anyone coming up under the sound of my voice, like, share, comment, subscribe, share this out. Subscribe to my channel here. Do whatever you need to do to stay plugged in, and make sure you share with a buddy. I just went over everything you needed to stage out your personal credit profile. And thank you for engaging with me. I love it a lot. That's when people walk away with a lot more information than intended. So hopefully this helps you out. Go ahead and implement some of the things that, if it applies to you. And if you get a result, guys, give me a shout out. Have an amazing Money Monday. Be amazing. Be great. Let's get funded. Type the word chat.